Yeah, hello. Welcome to Azure Quiz 1 Part 2. Let's start with question 25. Which is true about Azure Load Balancer? Option A, you must use Azure Load Balancer if you want to distribute traffic among your virtual machine running in Azure. Option B, Azure Load Balancer works with internet-facing traffic only. Option C, Azure Load Balancer distributes traffic among similar systems, making your services more highly available. So let's talk about Azure Load Balancer. What Azure Load Balancer does, it distributes traffic among similar systems and making sure your services more highly available. So here is the right answer, option C. Question 26. What is network latency? Option A, the amount of data that can fit on the connection. So let me tell you about what resources we have available in Azure to avoid network latency. Traffic manager. So when user request through internet, what traffic manager does, it will direct the user request to the closest data center. So it helps to avoid the latency. And then other one is CDN, Content Delivery Network. So it will store the user's frequent request result in the cache. So when user requests same set of result in the same query, the CDN will fetch that data and then deliver output to the user. So they help to avoid the network latency. So here in the question, what is network latency? Let's check the option. Option A, the amount of data that can fit on the connection. Option B, the distance data must travel to reach its destination. C, the time it takes for data to travel over the network. So here is the right option, option C. Question 27. How does Azure Traffic Manager reduce latency? So I just explained. When user request from the web portal or from any region, let's say from Asia, so what Azure Traffic Manager does, it will direct user request to the closest Azure data center. So it helps to avoid, reduce the latency. So let's check the option. Option A, it chooses only the fastest networks between endpoints. No, that is not right. Option B, it chooses the endpoint that's closest to the user's DNS server. Yes, that's right answer. Let's check option C. It catches content similar to how content delivery networks work. Option B is the right answer. Question 28. Cloud security is a shared responsibility between you and your cloud provider. Which category of cloud services requires the greatest security effort on your part? We have three services available: IaaS, infrastructure as a service; PaaS, platform as a service; SaaS, software as a service. So when you choose the option infrastructure as a service, then you have more control over the underlying hardware. So we have more responsibilities compared to other two services, platform as a service and then software as a service. So here is the answer A. Option A is the right answer. Infrastructure as a service, if we choose, we have more responsibilities between us and cloud provider. Question 29. Which of these options helps you most easily disable an account when an employee leaves your company? Option A, enforce multi-factor authentication. Option B, monitor sign-on attempts. Option C, use single sign-on. So multi-factor is make sure the right user accessing Azure resources. That's for a login purpose. So, but here is the option. Here is the answer. Option C, use single sign-on. Question 30. Which of these approaches is the strongest way to protect sensitive customer data? Option A, encrypt data as it sits in your database. Option B, encrypt data as it travels over the network. Option C, encrypt data both as it sits in your database and as it travels over the network. Here all answers are right, but option A is partially right. Encrypt data as it sits in your database. This is one way to protect your sensitive customer data. And option B, encrypt data as it travels over the network. This is another way to protect your data. But here in the question says strongest way to protect. So option C gives two options. Encrypt data both as it sits in your database and travels over the network. So right answer option C. Question 31. There has been an attack on your public facing website and the application's resources have been overwhelmed and exhausted and are now unavailable to users. What service should you use to prevent this type of attack? Option A, DDoS attack protection. Option B, Azure Firewall. Option C, Network Security Group. Option D, Application Gateway. So here is the right option, option A. So all other options, they help you to protect your resources from Azure. But as for question, what service should you use to prevent this type of attacks? So here is the right option, option A. Question 32. You want to store certificates in Azure to centrally manage them for your services. Which Azure service should you use? If you want to store passwords or certificates in Azure, we have to use Azure Key Vault is the right service. Let's check the options. Option A, AIP. Option B, Azure Active Directory. Option C, Azure Key Vault. Option D, Azure ATP. So Azure Key Vault is the right answer, where we can store passwords, certificates, all the information in Azure Key Vault. Question 33. True or false? You can download published audit reports and other compliance related information related to Microsoft's cloud service from the Service Trust portal. Yes, true. You can download published audit reports from the Microsoft, from the Service Trust portal. Yes, it is true. Question 34. Which Azure service allows you to configure fine-grained access management for Azure resources, enabling you to grant users only the rights they need to perform their job? So RBAC, role-based access control. If you take example in your database, you can use the role. You can assign just a role to the user, so user can get only access right on the particular object. Same thing in Azure. So we can use RBAC, role-based access control, to limit access rights to the user so that they can perform only what needed. Let's check the options here. Option A, locked. Not right one. This is not the right answer. Option B, policy. Option C, initiatives. Option D, role-based access control. Right answer, role-based access control. Question 35. Which Azure service allows you to create, assign, and manage policies to enforce different rules and effects over your resources and stay compliant with your corporate standards and service level agreements. A. Azure policy. B. Azure blueprints. C. Azure security center. D. Role-based access control. We just talked about role-based helps you to give access rights to the user. Azure security center it gives more security to your Azure services. Here is the right answer. Option A, Azure policy. Question 36. Which of the following services provides up-to-date status information about the health of Azure services? A. Compliance Manager. B. Azure Monitor. Azure Monitor helps you to monitor all your Azure resources, but it doesn't give health of your Azure services. Option C, Service Trust Portal. Option D, Azure Service Health. Here is option D is the right answer. Azure Service Health provides up-to-date status information about the health of Azure services. Question 37. Where can you obtain details about the personal data Microsoft processes? How Microsoft processes it and for what purposes? Option A, Microsoft Privacy Statement. B, Compliance Manager. C, Azure Service Health. D, Trust Center. Option A, Microsoft Privacy Statement is the right answer. Question 38. Tags can be applied to any type of resource on Azure. True or false? False. Tags can be applied to only specific type of resource on Azure. Question 39. Tags applied at a resource group level are propagated to resources within the resource group. False. So if you have multiple departments in your organization, so you want to track which department is using what services and what resources, you can assign the tags. That is one use of tags. That is the primary use of tags. Question 40. Which of the following feature does not apply to resource group? Let's check the question one more time. Which of the following features does not apply to resource group? Option A, resources can be only in one resource group. No, it does apply. Option B, resources can be moved from one resource group to another resource group. Yes, it does apply this feature. Option C, resource groups can be nested. No, it doesn't apply. Option C is the right answer. Then let's check option D. Role-based access control can be applied to the resource group. Yes, if you have multiple resources in the resource group, like virtual machines, you have storage accounts, you can just give access rights to the resource group so that users can access all resources inside the resource group. So option B is feature apply to resource group too. So only option C does not apply to resource group. Right answer, option C. Question 41. Which of the following approaches might be a good usage of tags? Option A, using tags to associate a cost center with resources for internal chargeback. Option B, using tags in conjunction with Azure automation to schedule maintenance windows. Option C, using tags to store environment and department association. So all these option A, B, C are good uses of tags. So option D says all of the above are good ways to use tags. So option D is the right answer. Question 42. Which of the following approaches would be the most efficient way to ensure a naming convention was followed across your subscription? A. Send out an email with the details of your naming conventions and hope it is followed. Option B. Create a policy with your naming requirements and assign it to the scope of your subscription. Option B is the right answer. Question 43. Which of the following items would be good use of a resource log? Option A, an express route circuit with connectivity back to your on-premises network. Option B, a non-production virtual machine used to test occasional application builds. Option C, a storage account used to temporarily store images processed in a development environment. So here I want to explain express route connection, express route site to site, point to site. Express route connection that connects your on-premises to Azure data center dedicated network. The connection gives a dedicated connection from Azure data center to on-premises. So network doesn't travel over the internet. Site to site where you can connect from your on-premises to Azure resources through VPN connection, and point to site. If you are working from home or any other location not from on-premises, you can use this site to point connection. You can connect to Azure through point to site connection. So here is the right option, option A, an express route circuit with connectivity back to your on-premises network. Question 44. Which type of the Azure pricing calculator will you use to put together your estimate? Option A, estimate. Option B, product. Here is the right answer. Option B is the right answer. When you go to a Microsoft website, Azure website, you can see that Azure pricing calculator. So if you want to put all estimated together, you can use product tab. Question 45. True or false? You can share your estimate through an Excel spreadsheet or through a URL. Yes, true. You can do that one. 46. Azure Advisor provides recommendations for cost only. No, it provides cost and other features too. Let's check option B, high availability. Yes, Advisor provides recommendations on high availability, security, performance, operational excellence, and cost. So when you log into Azure portal, you can check in the search option, just type Azure Advisor. So once you see that, click on it, and it gives all these recommendations, high availability, security, performance, operational excellence, and cost. So either you can choose these recommendations or you can ignore it. But if you follow those recommendations, it helps you better performance, security, operational excellence, and cost. Option B is the right answer. Question 47. Azure Cost Management allows you to, option A, see historical breakdowns of what services you are spending your money on. Option B, see estimates of what your services might cost if you make a change. Option A is the right answer. When you go to cost management in Azure portal, you can pick a billing statement where you can see billing invoice. You can download that report. It shows historical breakdowns of what services you are spending your money on. Question 48. Which one of these approaches is not a cost-saving solution? Option A, deallocate virtual machines during off hours. Yeah, it is a saving solution. If you deallocate your virtual machines, if you're not using, it saves some money. If you stop virtual machine, it doesn't help, but when you deallocate virtual machine, it saves you money. Option B, use Azure Reserved Virtual Machine instances. If you pick virtual missions, the pay-as-you-go model, if you pick this Azure Reserve virtual missions, you can save a lot of money. Either you can pick 1 year or 3 years. That is one cost-saving solution. So option A and option B are not right answers for this question. Option C, load balance your virtual machines for incoming messages. Option C is not a cost-saving solution. It's an Azure resource. Load balancer helps to distribute the traffic based on demand. So option C is the right answer. Let's take option D, right size underutilized virtual machine. This is also a cost-saving solution. So option C is the right answer. Option C is not a cost-saving solution. Question 49, true or false? PaaS is typically less expensive than IaaS. IaaS, infrastructure as a service, PaaS, platform as a service. If you choose IaaS, infrastructure as a service, you have more responsibilities, then you have more control over the underlying hardware, and it is more expensive. So compared to IaaS, PaaS is less expensive. So here is the right answer, true. Question 50, true or false? If you already have Windows Server licenses, you have to pay for them again on Azure. No. Since you have already Windows Server license, you don't have to pay again because they both are Microsoft products. Question 51. True or false? Azure has money saving options for test and development servers. As Azure does have money saving options for test and development servers. True. Question 52. Which of the following factors affects cost? A, global infrastructure. B, location. C, availability zone. B, location. When you are creating resources in Azure, Azure recommends some regions. If you pick those regions, then it affects your cost. If you pick some other location, then you have to pay little extra amount. But here option B is the right answer, location. Question 53. Which one of the following system is used to determine Azure cost for each billing period? A, Azure website. B, number of created virtual machine. C, the Azure pricing calculator. Option D, usage meters. Option D is the right answer. Question 54. Complete the following sentence. As an Azure customer, Azure reservations offer discounted prices if you make upfront commitments. Let's check the options. Option A, make upfront commitments on compute capacity. If you make upfront commitment, then you get more discount prices. Option A is the right answer, but let's just check other options. Option B, provision many resources. No, that doesn't help for more discounted prices. Option C, have a free account. It doesn't help at all to get more discounted prices. Option D, set spending limits. No. Option A is the right answer. Make upfront commitments on compute capacity. So we completed all 54 questions in this Azure Quiz 1 module. If you have any questions, you can email me. Thank you.